30 seconds. That's how much time you have left on the SAT. The equation of a circle in the XY plane is shown above. What is the radius of the circle? Can you solve it? Maybe just turn this thing into standard form, complete the square for both terms, and is there a quicker way to do this? What if you just plug this into Desmos? Touch the north and south pole and you get 2 points. -2, 3, and -2, -1. But what do we do with that? Count how many units they are away from each other? If you input distance and then the 2 points, Desmos spits out 4. But wait, that's the distance across the entire circle, the diameter. We're looking for just the radius, which is half the diameter. So the radius is half of 4, which is 2.
I'll say it is a pretty good trick, especially when you're running out of time. It's definitely something you need to know. However, my only worry is that if that's the only thing you know, if you're only relying on technology without a solid understanding of what it is that you're doing, then it'll be very easy for you to get confused. So for instance, if say the x squared term and the y squared term didn't have the same coefficient, then you might have an ellipse, right, instead of a circle. Or perhaps like if you had a negative y squared term instead of like a plus y squared, then you may have a hyperbola. And you start panicking, you're gonna double check, triple check 10 times, you're like to make sure that you have the correct equation. But that's because you don't have a good understanding of what the general equation of a circle looks like, right? If you did, you would immediately know, okay, this is actually not a circle. Perhaps there was an option that said none of the above, right? Then you would go for that option, right? And you wouldn't have to waste time trying like panicking and knowing, okay, what's going on. So I would say understand the concepts first and use the technology just to get to the next level. If you understand it very well, and then you're doing your SAT exam and you see that, you know exactly what you would have to do. And then the technology is just there to just make you go faster, like turbo mode, basically. But if you don't know that, you just have it as some sort of like tricks, or like, okay, when you see something that looks like that, you go on Desmos, you use the distance function, and if you just know it like that, then it's just not gonna work, because you're gonna have a lot of those tricks in your head and they're just gonna start colliding and they're just gonna be a mess. If you want to master shortcuts and the underlying concepts that make you unstoppable on any math given problem, I've got strategies that build real mathematical confidence. Follow for more insights that turn trick-dependent student into concepts mastering, problem-solving student that never panic even when technology isn't available.